So how do we prove this identity? 1 plus sine of a over 1 minus sine of a minus 1 minus sine of a over 1 plus sine of a to be equal to 4 tangent of a secant of a. So again, I will start from the left hand side. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to get the LCD. So ano ba yung ating LCD? The LCD will just be the product of this denominator, right? Remember when you have fractions, 2 over 3 minus 1/4. To get the LCD, we can actually multiply the denominator. So this is 12. And then after that, 12 divided by 3, that is 4 times 2, that's 8. Minus 12 divided by 4, that's 3. Times 1, that's 3. So this is actually 5 over 12. So we're going to make use of the same approach dito. So I'm gonna have 1 minus sine of a times 1 as my denominator. Now, this denominator divided by this, 1 minus a will be cancelled. So I am left with 1 plus sine a, and then that is actually squared, right? So that is just 1 plus sine of a squared, and then minus the denominator divided by this, 1 plus sine of a will be cancelled out, so I am left with 1 minus sine of a. So that is just 1 minus sine of a. Again, this is squared. And I'm going to simplify everything. So recall or remember that when you have a plus b squared, this is just equal to a plus b times a plus b, right? So the same is true here. We have 1 plus sine a squared, so that is just equal to 1 plus sine of a times 1 plus sine of a. Alright, so I'm going to use FOIL method. So this will become 1 times 1 is 1. So I'm gonna have 1. And then this will become plus 2 sine of a. And then plus sine squared of a. Right? And then the other one I have here minus. By the way, this is my first. And then minus. The same is true here. I have 1 minus sine of a and then multiply it by itself. So the same is true. I will have 1 minus 2 sine of a. I have 1 minus 2 sine of a. And then I will have plus 2 sine of a. And then negative times negative, that's positive. So I will have plus sine squared of a. Alright, that will be my numerator. What about my denominator, I mean. So my denominator will be, I'm going to again distribute the denominator. This is what? This is sum and difference, right? So if I have a minus b times a plus b, this will just give me what? A squared minus b squared, right? That would be my answer. So let's try. This is 1 times 1, that's 1 minus sine squared of a. Alright, that will be again our denominator. Now look at this. Look at our numerator. This one will become 1 plus 2 sine of a plus sine squared a minus 1 plus 2 sine of a and then minus sine squared of a. So look at this. We can actually cancel out things. 1 minus 1, this is cancelled. And then 2 sine of a plus 2 sine of A. That will give us what? That will give us 4 sine A, right? And then this one, sine squared A minus sine squared A, that is actually cancelled. So in our denominator, we are left with 4 sine of A. And our denominator, we are actually having 1 minus sine squared A. Alright? And then, using our Pythagorean identity, alam natin, we know that 1 minus sine squared A is just equal to what? That is just equal to cosine squared, right? So this is actually equal to 4 sine A over cos squared of A. And again, our goal is to have 4 tangent of A and then secant of A, right? So basically, we can actually write it this way. This is 4 sine of A, alright, over cos of A times cos of A. Alright, we can actually do that. Now, what is 4, and then we're gonna have sine of A over cos of A, and then we have 1 sine over cos, that is just tangent, right? And then 1 over cos, that is just secant. So again, this is just equal to 4 tan of A secant of A, and which is the same here. That will be our solution.